Hello, I'm Ole Børud, and this is the third video in a mini-series on patchmaking with the BOSS GT1000CORE. And I figured it was time to see if this box was able to make some good metal patches. And so once again, I made a little tune. You can basically hear how it sounds in the context of a song. Now stick around and we will walk through the patches. Okay, so once again, we are up and running with the BOSS Tone Studio, and the first patch is the rhythm patch. I should mention right away that it actually matters what sort of guitar you play. I've got a 7-string for this one, and it's tuned to drop A, so it's pretty low. And also the pickups are quite high in output, and all of these things obviously matter when it comes to dialing in and also playing a metal patch. Just so you know. Let's dive into this first patch. Okay, so the first block I've got running is a distortion block. It's got the T scream, which is obviously a tube screamer. Now they always work really great when, going into an amp that's supposed to give you that metal crunch. At least I think so. They've got a good mid-range that pushes the amp. It was either this one or let's see, I also was considering the OD1, which is also cool, but for this one I ended up using the T-Scream. Now it's got 40 in drive, it's got 30 plus in tone, so it's kind of, I wouldn't say trebly, but it has more top end than usual. And then the bottom is beefed as well, a little bit, and this is going into the amp X modded. Now I did try out quite a few amps, and I like this one the best for metal. And as you can see, the gain is just dimed, but on the other hand, this gain switch over here is set to low. So that means that you can get like endless amounts of gain for this one, which is, it's really not something that I prefer actually. Now, if I go ahead and play this one, it's quite saturated, but if I bypass the distortion block, it's quite, it's quite modest when it comes to the amount of gain. And that's kind of how I like it. I wouldn't want to like dime the amp so hard that it's like super saturated, but rather have something in front of it that would push it to become something like this. Moving back to the amp, it's got a bit of resonance going on, bass 48, middle 38, treble 78, and then a bit of presence as well. And the total picture of things when it's supposed to fight with drums and whatnot, you can actually have a bit of top end. This is going into a noise suppressor, and let me just bypass that and you can hear how much. So that's quite a bit of noise on that one. So it's on 77 threshold, and then the release is quite fast, 12. As for the speakers, once again I'm using the original, and I've got this one set up for condenser 451. The distance is short, and mic position is 1 centimeter actually, so it's quite dead on, almost. And that's it for the rhythm patch. Okay, moving on to the next patch, which is called Shimwa, and that just simply indicates shimmer and wah. And so the first block here is an effects block, and it's got the auto wah, meaning that this effect just goes steady. And you can then have it be set to the BPM of the song, which I have. If we look at this one, it's got BPF set and then 2/1 rate. So it's kind of slow. And then the depth is 48, and then frequency 42, resonance 56. And if I do like this, this adds a bit of character to the sound, basically. Now, if I bypass it, it's going to be like this. Which is also nice. Then again, I figured it'd be cool to have something moving. This is going into a distortion block right here, which has natural OD. This overdrive is, well, it's supposed to be kind of like natural / transparent, if you will. So it just simply adds a bit more of what you already have. So it's set to 40 in drive, and then tone is 20. Bottom is not much, just +1. This is going into a tweet combo once again. Okay, and this tweet combo has 46 in gain, 5 in sag and resonance, 43 in bass, 33 in middle, 50 treble, and then a bit of presence as well, 44. And this is going to just a tiny bit of noise suppressor. And then this is moving into a master delay that has the bin drum echo. Now let me just bypass the reverb and you can hear. So that's how much you've got going for the delay. This is at the quarter notes, and feedback 20. High cut is at 2. Okay. Mod rate is 43. A little bit of ducking, not that much really, and a little bit of wow and flutter, you know, to give it some character. And yeah, and actually, let's see, effect level is 50, so it's a bit. Okay, so lastly, reverb. It's the shimmer setting, and I've got it set for, yeah, 3 seconds time. It's kind of sweet. As you can see down here, you have pitch 1 and pitch 2. So I have one set to 12, which is an octave, and then the next one is 24. It's set to 2 octaves above. However, on the level side of things, the first one, which is 1 octave above, is set with 100%. Pitch number 2, which is set 2 octaves above, is only set for 20%. So that's kind of like just creeping above the surface there. And apart from that, I've got a bit of modulation going on. So it's kind of like a tiny bit seasick. As you can hear, it's moving up and down in the back. And also, I forgot to mention, I'm using the original speaker, condenser 451, mic distance short, position 3 centimeters off. And that's it for that patch. So the last patch is the lead patch, and this one is actually quite close to the lead patch I had on the last video. However, this one has more treble, basically. It needs to cut more. And so it starts off with a distortion block, which is the OD1. And well, the tone is on this one quite, I think it's the same as previously. Not quite sure on that. But then it moves into the Brit Stack, and this one has a bit more treble this time. Quite a bit of presence. I left that out on the other patch, I'm pretty sure. And so because of this, it cuts a bit more. Okay, so that moves into this divider right here, which has both delay and reverb, exactly the same as the other lead patch, which means that this is parallel mode. You need to put this on dual, and then the mix is just set for stereo. And the delay is still a dual, set for tape on both, and dotted eighths on one side and then quarter notes on the other. And not a whole lot of feedback, effect level 42. And the reverb is that room setting, which is quite short, but also quite high up in effect level. Yeah, that's it. And then we move to the main speaker. It's the original, and I've got the condenser 87 for microphone, and then distance short, and then position is 3 centimeters. And that is it for those patches. I hope that you got something out of it. Thanks for tuning in.